Stop looking at morning routines, dopamine detoxes, or productivity hacks. If you want to know why someone is successful today, look at the bumps on their skull. It sounds ridiculous, like a bad joke. But right now, your boss, your bank, and your entire career are operating under a system invented by 19th century frauds, a psychological trap specifically designed to make sure you never catch up. We are told we live in a modern world, a fair world, a meritocracy where the hardest workers win and the lazy lose. It is a beautifully packaged lie. And once you see the Victorian machinery running beneath the surface, you will realize you've been playing a game you were never meant to win. But to understand how they control your future today, we have to look at the blood on the floor from 200 years ago. Let's go back to the 1830s. If you wanted to know if a person was destined to be a CEO, a criminal, or a baseline failure, you didn't look at their education, their capital, or their environment. You literally felt their head. This was phrenology. The elite class obsessed over it. The premise was simple. Your brain is a muscle, and if you use a specific trait, that part of the brain grows and pushes against your skull, creating a physical bump. A bump behind your ear meant you were inherently violent. A ridge at the top meant you were a natural leader. It was a perfect system because it could never be proven wrong. If a ruthless, greedy billionaire didn't have the benevolence bump but gave money to charity, the phrenologists didn't admit their science was fake. They simply argued that a neighboring bump was overcompensating for it. This wasn't science. It was a confirmation bias machine. It existed for one specific reason: to prove that the people who already held power belonged at the top by divine biological right. It comforted the elite. It told them their extreme wealth wasn't accidental, lucky, or exploitative. It was anatomical. We look back at this and laugh. We think we are too smart to fall for something so primitive. But we didn't actually kill phrenology. We just gave it a laptop, an HR department, and an algorithm. Think about the modern obsession with innate talent. We treat it like magic, a biological lottery ticket. When modern companies use automated personality filters, standardized tests, or rigid IQ metrics to judge your potential before you even step into a room, they are running the exact same software. They are treating human capability as something fixed, pre-programmed, unchangeable. Instead of measuring the outside of your skull, they use data tracking to claim they are measuring the inside. They look at where you started, label it as your maximum capacity, and ignore the entire environment around you. The system wants you to believe your limitations are biological, so you don't realize they are structural. If you believe you lack the talent gene, you won't question why the entry-level job requires 5 years of unpaid experience. You'll just blame yourself. But this is only half the nightmare, because measuring your potential was just step one. The real trap sprung when they took this fake science, mixed it with survival, and turned it into a weapon called social Darwinism. In the late 1800s, wealthy theorists took Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, survival of the fittest, and violently forced it onto human society. They claimed that billionaires were wealthy because they were biologically superior. And the poor? They were poor because they were evolutionarily weak. Under this logic, helping the poor wasn't just a waste of money, it was an insult to nature. Again, we claim we moved past this cruelty. But look closely at modern hustle culture. When you hear tech gurus scream that everyone has the same 24 hours or that being broke is a mindset problem, you are listening to social Darwinism with a fresh coat of paint. It is the dark foundation of modern meritocracy. The absolute belief that society rewards pure merit. It sounds inspiring, but it hides a terrifying paradox. If wealth equals merit, then privilege equals intelligence. The guy who inherits $1 million network isn't seen as lucky. He is seen as a genius. The single mother working 3 jobs to survive isn't seen as a hero. She is seen as someone who failed the merit test. The system rewards inherited privilege while masquerading as objective science. And the ultimate trick? It forces you to internalize your own exploitation. So how do you win a game where the rules were written by 19th century ghosts? You stop playing by their metrics. True human success isn't a score on a standardized corporate test. It isn't a biological lottery ticket, and it certainly isn't determined by the layout of an HR spreadsheet. The system wants you to stay in the hamster wheel, measuring your worth against their rigged metrics, hoping that one day you'll prove you belong. But the moment you realize the metrics are fake, the cage disappears. True success isn't climbing their ladder, it's building your own.